Hello everyone, welcome to Super Easy Python. And then today's lesson is about Hello World. Python is a very simple language and has a very straightforward syntax. It encourages programmers to program without any preparation of code. It is very simple. And the most simple is the print direction. It simply prints out a line. So what you need to do, download in the App Store the Pyroid 3 IDE for Python 3. And then you open it. And then let's start. To print a string in Python 3, just write print and then bracket and then write the quotation. Type this line will be printed and then run it. This is the result. So Python is a very simple language in here compared to C or maybe Java language. And the next is about indentation. Python uses indentation for blocks instead of curly braces. Both tabs and spaces are supported, but a standard indentation requires standard Python code to use for spaces. For example, x equals to 1 if x double equal to 1 print x is 1 and then run it. So the result will be x is 1. Okay guys, that's all for the first lesson about Hello World and indentation. See you on the next lesson. Hello world, welcome to the second lesson about variables and types. Python is completely object-oriented and not statically typed. You do not need to declare variables before using them or declare their type. Every variable in Python is an object. The first one, numbers. Python supports two types of numbers, integers and floating point numbers. To define an integer, use the following syntax. For example, my int equals to 7 and then print bracket my int. Run it. The result will be 7. To define a floating number, you may use one of the following notations. For example, like this. My float equals to 7.0. Print bracket my float. my float equals to float in bracket 7. Print bracket my float and then run it. The result will be both 7.0 and 7.0. And then for strings, strings are defined either with a single quote or a double quote. For example, like this. My strings equals to and then apostrophe hello. And then print my string my string, and then my string equals to, and then here we use quotation hello. And then print bracket my string, and then we run it, and then both results will be hello and hello. So that's all, friends, for the variables and types. Thank you very much. Hello world, welcome to the third lesson about lists. Lists are very similar to arrays. They contain any type of variable, and they can contain as many variables as you wish. Lists can also be iterated over in a very simple manner. This is the sample. My list equals and then square bracket my list dot append and then bracket 1 my list dot append bracket 2 my list append and then bracket 3 print and then bracket my list and then square bracket 0 and then print and then bracket my list and then square bracket 1 2 and then next for x in my list and then colon and then it will directly give some space, friend. Print X, and then we run it. The result will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It will create an array. Okay, that's all for the lesson for lists, friend, which is similar to arrays and can contain any type of variable and can contain as many variables as you wish. Thank you. Hello world, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Toni. And then today's topic is about basic operators. Okay, the first one is arithmetic operators. Just as any other programming languages, the addition, subtraction, multiplications, and division operators can be used with numbers. For example, number and then equals to 1 plus 2 times 3 and then slash or divide 4.0, which is a floating number, and then we type the command print and then number, and then we run it, friends. The result will be 2.5. And then the next one, another operator available is the modulo or percentage operator, friends, which returns the integer remainder of the division. For example, like this. So we have remainder equals to 11, and then we type percentage like this, or we call it modulo, and then 3, and then print bracket remainder. How many do you think the result is? So it is 11 divided 3, of course 3. How many is the remainder? Yes, it is 2. Yes, it is 2. And then next, friends, using two multiplication symbols make a power relationship. For example, you know that the multiplication symbol is represented by asterisk, right? If we use two asterisks, it will be power multiplication. For example, like this, friends. We make a variable squared and then equals to 7 and then double asterisk and then 2. That means 7 squared, or 7 times 7. And then we make another variable, namely cubed, and then equals to 2 double asterisk and then 3. It means 2 times 2 times 2. And the next one, we type the command of print squared, and one more, print cubed. Okay, we run it. Yes, the result is 49 and 8. And then next, friends, Python also supports multiplying strings to form a string with a repeating sequence. For example, like this. We make a variable, namely lots of hellos. Like this, friends. And then equal to quotation mark hello, and then
times or asterisk times 10. So we just call out the variable with the command print, and then put the variable in here. Type the variable of lots of hellos, like this, friends. Yes, as you predict, the result will be a lot of hellos, like this. Hello, 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 10 times, like that. It works. Yes. And then next, friends, using operators with lists or arrays. Lists can be joined with the addition operators, for example, like this. Even underscore numbers, and then equals to square bracket 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's say like that. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then we make another variable. The other variable is like this: odd underscore numbers, and then equals to square bracket 1, 3, 5, and 7. And then next we make another variable again. So all underscore numbers equals to odd numbers, and then plus even underscore numbers. Yes, when we make the addition by combining those two variables of odd numbers and even numbers, and then we call out by using the command of print all numbers in the bracket, all underscore numbers. Yes, as you expected, it will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. The combination of odd numbers and even numbers. Python supports forming new lists with a repeating sequence using the multiplication operator. For example, like this, friends. Print, and then bracket, and then square bracket 1, 2, 3, and then next to the square bracket asterisk or times, and then 3. Yes, and then we run it. There will be repeating arrays or lists, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like 3 times of the sequence of 1 to 3. Okay, friends, that's all for topic for today about basic operators. See you on the next lesson. Thank you. Hello world, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. And then the next lesson is about string formatting. Python uses C-style string formatting to create new formatted strings. The modulo operator, or we call it the percentage symbol, is used to format a set of variables enclosed in a tuple or a fixed size list, together with a format string which contains normal text together with argument specifiers or special symbols like modulo S and modulo D. Modulo in here is the percentage symbol. Okay, I give you example like this, friends. Name equals to, and then quotation, Toni. And then next, we call it out by the command of print in the bracket, quotation, hello, comma, and then the modulo symbol or percentage, hello, and then S, or we call it specifier, and then forget the exclamation mark. It will be calling like hello Toni, something like that. So modulo S refers to the name of Toni in here, and then we need to link it with the variable of name in here, and then we type it after the second quotation mark here, space, and then modulo name. It means we try to call out the variable of name, which results in Toni. Run it. So hello Toni, like that. And then to use two or more argument specifiers, we can use a tuple, or we call it parenthesis. For example, like this, friends. Name quotation Toni, and then age equals to 34, and then we print. Don't forget the quotation mark. So modulo S is modulo D. And then years old. And then next we try to link it with the variables, with those two variables in here, the variables of name and age, of course. So it will be modulo, and then in the bracket, name, comma, age. Don't forget the last bracket, like this, friends, and run it. Toni is 34 years old. That's the result, friends. And then any object which is not a string can be formatted using the modulo S operator as well, friends. The string which returns from that method. And then this is the example. Okay, I give you the example of any object which is not a string can be formatted using the modulo S operator, like this. We make a variable containing arrays or list, my list equals to, and then square bracket, 1, 2, and then 3. And then we type the command of print, like this, friends, and then bracket, and then quotation mark, like this, a list and then we type modulo S to connect with the specifiers. And then next to the second quotation mark, we try to connect to the variable of my list by typing modulo space my list and then run it. It will be a list colon and then square bracket 1 2 3. Okay, that's all friends for string formatting in Python. I hope it will be very easy for you to absorb the material. Thank you. Hello world, welcome back to Toni within Super Easy Python. And then today's lesson is about basic string operations. You know that strings are bits of text. They can be defined as anything between quotes. As you can see, the first thing you learned was printing a simple sentence. This sentence was stored by Python as a string. And then I will give you an example like this. A string and then equals to quotation hello world exclamation mark and then print brackets quotation single quotes are and then I make 2 apostrophe like this. And then next print and then bracket and then I type in here len. Len means I try to count the number of the character within that variable or string variable. Len and then in the bracket again a string. Okay, like this. And then I run it. Single quotes are and then 2 apostrophes and then below is 12. Why 12? Because in here I try to count the number of the characters of hello world. So H1, E2, L3, L again 4, and then O5, space 6, W7, O8, R9, and then L10, and then D11, and exclamation mark 12. Again, that prints out 12 because hello world is 12 characters long, including punctuation and spaces. Again, look at this example. A string and then equals to hello world okay, and then next print bracket a string and then dot index and then bracket O. Okay, so in here I try to detect the location of the first occurrence of letter O, in which later the result will be 4. Yes, we run it. Why 4? Because letter O is the 4th character from hello world. And then it is 4 characters away from the first character. And then we have to notice how they are actually 2 O's in the phrase. This method only recognizes the first only. And the next example is like this. I make a kind of variable again, a string, and then equals to hello world again. And then print, hidden bracket, a string, hidden dot, count, hidden bracket, hidden quotation, L. Can you predict, friends? What is the result of this? Okay, let's check it out. Yes, it is to identify how many letter L are there. Yes, the expectation of the answer is actually 3. So within hello world, there are 3 letter L's. 3 letter L's within hello world. Okay, friends? Yes, that's all for basic string operations for today's lesson. Thank you very much. See you on the next lesson. Hello world, back again with me, Tony, in Super Easy Python. And then today we're going to learn about condition. You know that Python uses Boolean variables to evaluate conditions, and the Boolean values true and false are returned when an expression is compared or evaluated. For example, like this. X equals to 2. And then print, hidden bracket, X double equals 2, and then next, print, hidden bracket, X double equal 3, and then next, print, hidden bracket, X is less than 3, and then the value or result expectation later will be true, false, true. Like this, friends? Yes. The first one, why is it true? Because yes, x equals to 2. And then the second one is false because x is not 3. The third, of course, 2 is less than 3. It is true. And the next, friends, we're going to use if statement. And then next, friends, we're going to use if statement. And of course, we're going to use and or Boolean operators in which it allows building complex Boolean expressions. For example, like this. Name equals to Toni, and then age equals to 34, and then we make the if statement like this. If name and then double equal quotation Toni, and then we're going to use the Boolean operator of and age, and then double equal 34, and then don't forget the colon, and then print, and then quotation, and then the statement. Your name is Toni, and you are also 34 years old. Okay. And the next, we make another if statement like if name and then double equals Toni. And then we're going to use the Boolean operator or, and then name double equals quotation Yunanto, and then don't forget the colon, and then print in the bracket your name is either Toni or Yunanto. Okay, and then we run it. The result will be your name is Toni and you are also 34 years old. And then the second one, your name is either Toni or Yunanto. Both two conditions, they match the statement or the requirements. Okay, friends, that's all for the first if condition. See you on the next lesson.
Back again with me, Toni, within Super Easy Python. And then today's topic is about loops. So in Python, there are two types of loops. The first one is for, and the other is while. The first one, the for loop. For loops iterate over a given sequence. For example, like this. We type primes and then equals to, and then square bracket, and then we type in here 2, 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then next we type in here 4 prime in primes, and then don't forget the colon, print, and then bracket prime. Okay, we run it. So the result is 2, 3, 5, 7. And the next one, we have the while loops. While loops repeat as long as a certain Boolean condition is met. For example, like this. Count equals to 0. And then while count is less than 5, and then colon, and then type print, and then in the bracket count, and then next count plus equal, and then 1, and then we run it. The result is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, friends, that's all for the loops for the topic today. Hopefully it will be understood by you, and now you practice. Hello world, back again with me, Toni, within Super Easy Python. And then today we are gonna learn about functions in Python. What are functions? Functions are a convenient way to divide your code into useful blocks, allowing us to order our code, make it more readable, reuse it, and save more time. For example, like this. We type def my
underscore function, and then bracket, don't forget the colon. Okay, and then print type it hello from my function. Yes, and then down below type my function, and then in the bracket, and then run it. Hello from my function. Yes, and then next we're gonna try something more complex from my function. For example, like this. We just simply write the function's name followed by bracket, placing any required arguments within the brackets. For example, like this. Def or definition of my function. Like this, friends. Okay, the bracket, and then the colon after, and then next print and then type it like hello, I am fine, like that. And then next we make another definition like def, and then my other function. Okay, and then in the bracket username and greeting. Okay, don't forget the colon, and then we expect to print in the bracket hello, and then modulo s. Okay, modulo s from my function. Next, I wish you, and then modulo s again. So we're gonna take the variable. Okay, after that, after the second quotation, we try to connect it to the variable by typing modulo and then username and greeting in the bracket, comma, greeting, like this, friends. And then next we declare my function in the bracket. Okay, and then the next my other function, like this. And then we need to declare what is inside. For example, username. For example, the username is Toni, and then the greeting is, for example, a good day, and then exclamation mark. Okay, like this, friends. And then we run it. So it will be hello, I'm fine. Hello Tony from my function. I wish you a good day. Yes, it is really actually saving our time by using my function in here. Yes, I see it a convenient way to divide our code into useful blocks, and then we can make it more readable and reuse it and save more time. Now you practice it. Thank you very much. Hello world, back again with me Tony in Super Easy Python. And then today's topic is about classes and objects. Objects are an encapsulation of variables and functions into a single entity. Objects get their variables and functions from classes. And then we have the example in here. For example, we have a case study. Like, we have a class defined for vehicles. And then we create two new vehicles called car1 and car2. And then set car1 to be a red convertible worth around $60,000 with a name of Fair, and car2 to be a blue van named Jump worth $10,000. Okay, here it goes, the coding. First, class vehicle name equals to hidden apostrophe or quotations, sorry. And then next, kind and then quotation car, and the next color quotation again, value equals to 100.00, and then we make the definition def description and then self. Don't forget the colon. And then the description of string desk underscore str equals to s is a modular s, and then modular s again worth, and then dollars like this, yes, and then modular or percentage, and then times 2f dot and then quotation like this, friends, yes, and then modular again like this, friends. And then we make the coding like this with the description string of modular s is a modular s, and then modular s worth, and then dollars modular dot to f, and then taking the variable of self name, self color, self kind, and self value. And then we define the variable of car1 and car2 in here. As the car1 name is fair, car1 color red, car1 kind convertible, car1 value 60,000. And then car2 vehicle, the name is jump, the color is blue, the kind is fan. Okay, and then we run it. Yes, this is the result. Fair is a red convertible worth $60,000 and jump is a blue van worth $10,000. That's all guys for today. Thank you very much. Hello guys, welcome back with me, Tony, within Super Easy Python. And then today's topic is about dictionaries. A dictionary is a data type similar to arrays, but works with keys and values instead of indexes. Each value stored in a dictionary can be accessed using a key, which is any type of object. For example, like a string, a number, a list, etc. Instead of using its index to address it. For example, like this, friends. We type phone book and then equals to, and then we choose the curly brackets. And the next, phone book, and then square bracket, quotation. You put the name in here, Toni. And then I state my number here, 987654. And the next, phone book, and then square bracket, quotation, Yunanto. And I declare my number here. For example, 876543. And the next, phone book, in the bracket, quotation, Johansha. And the next equals to 765432. And in the last, I try to declare the command of print in order to call out the overall phone number. Bracket, and then phone book. So later, the overall phone book, along with the number, it can be printed. So we run it, and this is the result. Toni 987654, and then Yunanto 876543. The last is Johansha 765432. Okay, friends, that's all for dictionary, and then now you practice. Hello world, back again with me, Tony, within Super Easy Python. And then next, our topic is about NumPy arrays. NumPy arrays are a great alternative to Python lists. Some of the key advantages of NumPy arrays are that they are fast, easy to work with, and give users the opportunity to perform calculations across entire arrays. So I give you the example here. First, convert the list of weights from a list to a NumPy array. Then convert all the weights from kilogram to pounds. Use the scalar conversion, for example, 2.2 lbs or Libra scale per kilogram to make your conversion. And then this is the code, for example. I type weight underscore kg, refers to kilogram. And then square bracket. The first number of weight is 81.65. And then comma 97.52 or 52. Next is 95.25. Next number is a 92.98 or 98. And then I try to declare here using the command form of import numpy as np. So I abbreviate it. And then next I declare np underscore weight underscore kilogram or kg equals to np dot array, and then bracket weight kg or weight kilogram. That refers to the number above. And then next I declare again np underscore weight underscore lbs or libra scale, or in here is pound, equals to np underscore weight underscore kilogram or kg, and then times or asterisk 2.2. So in here is I have a mission to print what is the actual weight in libra scale or in pounds instead of kg or kilogram. And then the last statement, of course, I call out the command print in order to print in the bracket np underscore weight underscore lbs. Here it goes. Yes. So the weight in libra scale or pounds or lbs is like this: 179.63, 214.544, 209.55, etc. Okay, that's all, friends, for numpy arrays. Thank you very much. Now you try it. Welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. And then our topic of lesson today is about pandas data frames. Pandas is high-level data manipulation tool developed by Wes McKinney. It is built on the NumPy package, and its key data structure is called the data frame. Data frames allow you to store and manipulate tabular data in rows of observations and columns of variable. And then this is the example. So I've typed, of course, some codes for Python in here, and then I want to declare the pandas data frame in here by mentioning some countries with the capitals and also the area, and the last but not least is the population. And then in here I use import pandas as pd bricks pd.dataframe, and then I call out the dictionary and then print bricks, and then we try to run it, and then the result will be yes. So the result will be like columns containing the data among the area, the capital, country, and population. Okay, friends, that's all for the pandas data frame. I hope you can understand well about this lesson. Thank you very much. Hello guys, welcome back to Super Easy Python. And then today we're going to learn about generators. So in here, I will write the code for the function, and then this function decides how to generate the random numbers on its own and executes the yield statements one at a time, pausing in between to yield execution back to the main for loop. You know that generators are very easy to implement, but a bit difficult to understand. Generators are used to create iterators, but with a different approach. Generators are simple functions which return an iterable set of items, one at a time, in a spatial way. And then this is the code that I've written, starting from import random, and then the definition, lottery bracket. It will return 6 numbers between 1 and 40. For I in range 6, yield random, and then random integer in the bracket 1, 40. And then it returns a 7th number between 1 and 15. And then yield random dot random integer 1.15. For random underscore number in lottery bracket, print, and the next number is, and then we take the modular d, modular random underscore number, and then we try to execute the code. We run it, and the result will be like this. Okay, as you can see, and the next number is blah 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 35, and the next number is 8, 20, 21, 17, 23, 14. All of those numbers are random. Okay, that's all friends for the generator. Thank you. I hope you can understand very well the material. Now you practice. Hello guys, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Toni. And today's topic of learning is about list comprehensions. List comprehensions is a very powerful tool which creates a new list based on another list in a single readable line. For example, let's say we need to create a list of integers which specify the length of each word in a certain sentence, but only if the word is not the word the. And then here I've written the code for the sentence. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And then the words equals to sentence dot split, and then bracket, and then word underscore length, open bracket, for word in words. If word not the word underscore length dot append, and then count the length of the word. And then we call out the variable of words and word underscore length by using the command of print. And then we run it. The result will be like this. And here goes the result. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So the point is, it doesn't count precisely the word the. Instead of 3, it was written there 5. But quick is correctly 5. Okay, that's all for the lesson of list comprehensions. I hope you can understand it well and absorb it well. Thank you very much. Now you practice. Hello world, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Toni. And our topic of learning today is multiple function arguments. Every function in Python receives a predefined number of arguments if declared normally like this. And then I'm gonna show you an example. And then within this sample, later you will notice that the bar function receives 3 arguments if an additional action argument is received,
and it instructs on summing up the numbers, then the sum is printed out. Alternatively, the function also knows it must return to the first argument. If the value of the number, the parameter passed into the function, it is equal to first. Okay? As you have noticed in here, the code that I've written, in here we have definition of bar, first, second, third. And then we have the options in here. If options.get and an action, it will do summation, or it will summing up. It will be summing up. And then we declare the print command, print in the bracket, the sum is modulo d, and then modulo first plus second plus third. If options.get in the bracket number and then equals to first, return first. Result bar 1, 2, 3 action, sum number first. Print in the bracket result modulo d and modulo result. And then here goes the result. If we run it, we run the code. Here it goes, the result. Yes, as you can see, the result is the sum is 6 and the result is 1. Okay guys, thank you very much for the lesson about multiple function arguments. Hopefully it will be easily understood by all of you. Thank you. Hello world, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. And then today's topic is about regular expressions. Regular expressions, sometimes shortened to regexp or regex or array, are a tool for matching patterns in text. In Python, we have the array module. The applications for regular expressions are widespread, but they are fairly complex. So when contemplating using a regex for a certain task, think about alternative and come to regexes as a last resort. For example, in here, I've written some codes as an exercise to make a regular expressions that will match an email. I'm taking in here import array and then the definition test underscore email in the bracket your underscore pattern. The pattern is array and then dot compile in the bracket your underscore pattern. The emails, for example, john@example.com, pythonlist@python.org. And then I put as well in here for, in, and if not, rematch pattern email. And then it will print if you fail to match the modulo s. And then else if not, your underscore pattern, print forgot to enter a pattern, else print pass. And then the expected result of this is actually pass, pass, pass. Okay, as we can see in here, if we try to run the code like this, it will result yes, it will result pass, pass, and pass. Okay friends, that's all for regular expressions. I hope you will understand this very clear and all of the materials will be absorbed smoothly. Thank you very much. World, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. The next topic is about exception handling. When programming, errors happen. It's just a fact of life. Perhaps the user gave bad input. Maybe a network resource was unavailable. Maybe the program ran out of memory, or the programmer may have even made a mistake. Python's solution to errors are exceptions. You might have seen an exception before. For example, in here I have written print a and then trace back in the bracket most recent call last, and then file, and then we have sharp bracket stdin, and then line 1 in module name error colon name is not defined, and then sharp bracket module and sharp bracket with slash stdin. And then we try to run the code, and the result will be like this. Yes, file stdin in a sharp bracket, and then line 4, traceback, most recent call loss, and then syntax error, invalid syntax. Okay friends, that's all for the exception handling in Python. Hopefully it will be understood well by every one of you. Now you practice. Thank you. World, welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. And then our topic today is about sets. Sets are lists with no duplicate entries. Let's say you want to collect a list of words used in a paragraph. And then this is my example. I've written in here print, and then within the bracket set, my name is Eric, and Eric is my name. Dot split, and then brackets. So the result will be, it will print out a list containing my name is Eric and finally end, since the rest of the sentence uses words which are already in the set. They are not inserted twice or more. Sets are a powerful tool in Python, since they have the ability to calculate differences and intersections between other sets. We run the code. Yes, and the result is the set of single word contained within the sentence or even paragraph. That's all friends for sets. I hope you can understand it very well, and now you practice. Thank you. Welcome back to Super Easy Python with me, Tony. And then within serialization, in here Python provides built-in JSON libraries to encode and decode JSON. In Python 2.5, the simple JSON module is used, whereas Python 2.7, the JSON module is used. Since this interpreter uses Python 2.7, we'll be using JSON. And then in here, I've written some codes dealing with, for example, salaries. I try to imply in here, import JSON. And then I put in here a definition of add employee, salaries underscore JSON, name and salary. Then return salaries underscore JSON. And then this is the test code, salaries equals to curly bracket, Alfred 300, Jane 400, and new salaries at employee, me 800. Decoded salaries, JSON loads new salaries, and the last is print command in the bracket decoded underscore salaries, Alfred. And then this is the result of it. The result is 300, 400, and 800. Okay, that's all for serialization. Thank you.